Anytime you turn on the TV or pick up a newspaper or scan the headlines on the web, you're reminded of the problems that are plaguing this land and tearing the fabric of our society. It seems like my generation has walked into a hurricane of issues that cannot be put on hold any longer. A crisis in the Middle East, the need for more energy, and a mounting debt crisis. It seems like the past generation has created the weather. The present cannot believe the magnitude of the storm, while it's up to my generation to bring on the sunlight. After attending the 2010 youth tour, I am prepared to enter the storm, and I know that I won't be alone. During our week in Washington, D.C., I met some of the most impressive and intelligent teenagers in this nation. From the Sierra Nevada mountains to the Great Appalachians, we converged on Washington, D.C. to make our voices heard on Capitol Hill and let the leaders of this country know that we are coming, and we're coming prepared. Now, at first, some of us were a little hazy about the cooperative movement and even the workings of our own government. During our pre-test, I believe my local CEO was elected to Congress, and our congressman somehow switched over to governor. But after youth tour, we all knew how cooperatives worked and who the leaders are in our respective cooperatives and on the national scene. We also learned about the rich history behind the cooperative movement and our nation, and were shown the very importance of getting involved. In that short period of time, we changed as young members of our cooperative. But that isn't what youth tour is all about. While in Washington, D.C., we viewed the monuments and toured the museums and walked the halls of Congress, many students saw the nation's capital for their very first time. You brought the pride and heritage of this country to me and my peers. While touring, we gained a greater sense of American history and the awesome responsibility to preserve and protect this precious nation. We changed as young citizens of this country, but that isn't what youth tour is about. For this 1 week in June, we grew closer to each other. From our peers and our local cooperatives and from cooperatives from all across the nation, we became a family where everyone was doing their best to make this world and their communities a better place. Now, I'm not saying we all transformed into junior politicians. Believe me, Congress is not the place where stuff gets done. But what we discovered is that we, as the future educators and engineers and farmers, we as individuals working together can get things done. While among our peers, we could clearly see that the future of America, putting our unique stamp on our own democracy and our own unique period of history. Understanding that responsibility, we changed, but that still isn't what youth tour is about. So what is youth tour about, you ask? The Electric Cooperative Youth Tour is about the American spirit. Throughout every page in American history, you come across the value that each of us place in a sense of community, progress, and brotherhood. Electric cooperative members hold these same truths to be self-evident. We learned about the cooperative movement during youth tour, and we learned that when a community fully engages its American spirit, the coming together for a common purpose, anything is possible. Anything. We learned that progress in American history often came when history seemed to be at its darkest, except for the light shown by a group of common people committing to making America better than how they had found it. It's the story of the electric cooperatives, and it's the story of America. In the bleakest days of the Great Depression, the president who brought the cooperative movement to its national prominence, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, said this: "We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future." The future of this country will soon be in my generation's hands. And there is no greater cause, in my opinion, than the arming of our nation's youth with the knowledge and the experience we need to find solutions. As veterans of the youth tour, we understand that there are thousands of young adults out there who are standing in line with solutions with the same goal of improving our communities. All they need is a chance like the one given us by Youth Tour to see that they are the lights, that they are the one that can chase away the storms that just seem to beat us on these darkest days. As patrons to our trip to Washington, you gave us the opportunity, and we are forever grateful to you all. Specifically, I would like to thank Cindy Brandt, along with the staff and board members of Adams Electric, as well as Frank Betley and Anita Leitzel from the Pennsylvania Statewide Association for giving me this awesome opportunity. Thank you to Glenn English and the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association staff for your time, commitment, and dedication to the Youth Tour and the Youth Leadership Council program. Throughout our history of stormy weather, you held steadfast and cast a light our way. You believe in us. You gave us this chance, and we won't let you down. Thank you.